Good evening. Welcome to Channel 8 Sports and East Brunswick High School basketball. Hi, I'm John Meggiolaro with Jim Allinder and Phil Hill for tonight's game, East Brunswick against Woodbridge. And Jimmy, East Brunswick coming in to need a kickstart.
Yeah, they need a kickstart, is right, because they're in 4-6, and they begin a stretch of games, about 5 of them, where they're going to have to win them to qualify for the state tournament. And Bo Henning, the East Brunswick coach, feels that they're one of the one of the 16 good teams in Middlesex County, and so they're looking to qualify for the GMC. Woodbridge is going to offer a little bit of a problem for them. They've got height. East Brunswick in the past has been able to have a little bit of an advantage underneath with Richie Kutza and Matt Berliner and Nick Szymanski. Thus, they could play a half-court game. However, as Phil is going to allude to, Woodbridge has height of its own. So they're going to probably rely more on a transition game and a lot more up-tempo, which is not what they're used to playing.
And Phil, we talk about Woodbridge, and they had a great football season. They're trying to transfer it back onto the hardwood now.
They're struggling a little bit, but actually they're getting better. Their record right now is 4-5. They won consecutive games against Cedar Ridge and Edison, and they're concerned about making the state playoffs as well. Not a fast team, according to Tom Shamil, one of the all nice time coaches in the GMC, and he says that he's going to try to work his half-court game. He knows he cannot run with East Brunswick. They have some height. They have Pedro Morales, who is 6'10", 265. They're going to try to get the ball down to him. An important game, as I said, for Woodbridge if they expect to make the states.
Well, a lot on the line for both teams. It's East Brunswick and Woodbridge, and we'll be back after this timeout. Well, we welcome you back. Woodbridge, East Brunswick getting ready to go. You see Pedro Morales standing out center court. And Phil, somewhat of a big young man.
I'll tell you, he's a big man, 6'10", John. And we were down on the court and standing next to him, and he is huge, I tell you.
East Brunswick coming out now, matchup. Start this game.
This Woodbridge, Phil, has won its last 2 games.
So they're sort of on a roll, and they'd really like to take this one. As I said, shooting for the states, and they want to move that record up. And
I'll tell you what, either Kutz is smaller than 6'4", or Morales is bigger than 6'10". He towers over him.
And we'll give you the East Brunswick lineup in just a moment. But number 3 is Blanchard. And he'll set things up for Woodbridge. I'm sorry, it's Kirk. Stolen by the Bears. Shot Fisher.
I'll tell you, and that's Brett Fisher's 10th three-pointer of the year. And he's been putting it up, leading the Bears in scoring with a 12.3 average.
Bears are starting Tenora, Fisher, Kutza, Szymanski, and Gagno. Different lineup than what we've seen in the past.
And missing tonight is Varnell Johnson.
And the Bears are playing man-to-man, of course.
Stolen by Kutza. Bears on top, 3-0. Good pass down for Gagno. Dished off to Fisher, won't go. No foul.
Well, just a hard chippy there.
And clearly the Bears are going to try to run on this Woodbridge team because Woodbridge team just doesn't have a lot of speed. So expect a lot of fast breaking from the Bears.
Shot is too strong. Woodbridge maintaining control. Finally, Kutza pulls it down. That was Beckhorn shooting. Knocked away by Beckhorn to Kirk.
I remember Beckhorn from last year. He was a tough-nosed player.
And he's the most, he just walked there, but he is Woodbridge's most consistent player, according to Tom Shamil. He's the one that keeps things going for him.
Mentioned that Varnell Johnson is not here tonight. He's on a recruiting trip. He's allowed 5 visits for football, and so he's gone this weekend. And Gagno is starting in his place.
Fisher to Tenora. Out to Gagno. No, move it around.
And you see Woodbridge in that zone, 2-1-2 zone.
Well, they're not going to get too much underneath tonight.
Puts it back out to Fisher. Three-pointer blocked by White. goes East Brunswick's way.
I'll tell you, Rashawn White really getting up there with a nice block. Earl White, actually. And Pedro pulling down a rebound.
So Kirk will bring it up. The Barons trail by 3-0. First quarter action. White takes the baseline, tries to pass it off underneath, won't go.
And just a bad pass on his part.
And East Brunswick go into their half-court game.
Woodbridge in the... Whoa.
Saved by Gagno. And he'll get it back. Tenora now underneath for Szymanski, right off his fingers.
And Woodbridge playing good zone defense.
East Brunswick coming up to meet him now. Kirk looking, and Kutza stepped on the line. He was looking for Beckhorn.
Good anticipation by Rich Kutza,
who comes into this game as the leading rebounder for East Brunswick. Matt Berliner, who's not playing, second leading rebounder on the team. Szymanski starts in his place.
Beckhorn. And they'll bring Woodbridge within one. 3-2 is our score. Quickly, East Brunswick, Tenora sees Fisher underneath. Nice layup.
and
He makes up.
once again, another nice pass by Brian Tenora. You're getting ready to say it, Jim. He does an excellent job.
Bit of a trap.
Go Woodbridge's way. Nance gets it out to Kirk, who's by himself. Takes it with the net. 5-4, Bears by 1.
Joe Kirk showing a nice touch.
Szymanski underneath, too strong. Morales knocks it in, knocks it to one of his teammates.
That's the presence of that height underneath. Forced that shot. Wasn't a good angle on it.
Beckhorn into Morales, a little strong.
And Pedro Morales showing something, going back up with the ball after the miss.
Woodbridge on top now, 6-5. 3:50 remaining, first quarter.
And I'll tell you, the Bears are having trouble with that zone. They're used to man-to-man defense and used to using their speed, but they haven't seen a zone too many times this year.
I could easily see Fisher tossing up a couple of outside shots here against this. I think that's really going to be the most effective way for them to score.
Well, that's the way you break a zone. You bomb from the outside, hope to hit.
Fisher looking for someone. Gagno will pick it up and give it to Tenora.
There he is.
Inside, Kutza take it to the basket. He's fouled underneath by Mance.
Mance himself is 6'4".
He's a 6'4" soft, Jim.
And some changes for East Brunswick. Phillips and Berliner come in. Kutza will go to line. He'll shoot 2.
And Kutza's a 6'3" junior. Doing a fine job for the Bears this year.
He's averaging close to 8 points a game. This is East Brunswick's first opportunity to go to the foul line. I think we ought to mention that the Bears are shooting a rather woeful 51% from the line, and Henning will tell you that more than one game has been lost this year due to the poor foul shooting.
We're tied at 6. Rebound Woodbridge, Beckhorn. And Kirk will bring it up for the Barons. 3 minutes remaining, first quarter. Mance from way out, no good. Fisher saves.
Oh,
Who touched it last?
And the Barons again at Beckhorn showing good presence. Fisher threw it off him, and he threw it back off Fisher.
Morales turnaround. They're going to call a travel.
It was like a tap dance there.
And we saw Morales last year, and we said he's a big kid and had a lot to develop and whatnot. He looks like he's certainly gotten better, but still a lot of room for improvement.
Kutza turnaround. Off the rim. Kirk with the rebound.
And East Brunswick's going to have a tough time with the offensive boards tonight.
They're still in their man defense. Beckworth. And Kutza will follow up with the rebound. Tenora on the break. Looks across court. Fisher by himself, 3-point range. Off the rim, saved by Kutza.
Richie's got a couple of rebounds early on here.
Phillips. Tenora will take it though. No good. Berliner rebound. Nice move underneath to get the bucket.
Matt Berliner with a fine move.
8-6 Bears. 1:40 remaining first quarter. Beckhorn has it knocked away by Fisher. Whitner coming in for Woodbridge.
Sean Whitner, 6 feet sophomore.
Kirk won't go too much. Phillips on the rebound.
Kutza again was in good position.
Tenora quickly brings it up. Berliner, they're going to call a travel.
But you saw what the Bears were trying to do, push that ball up the court quickly, because quite frankly, they've had some trouble with the zone defense. Woodbridge plays it rather well, and not surprisingly so, because that's all they play. A lot of teams switch up different defense. They don't have the team speed, so that's all they play is
the trap.
Zone defense, and that's why they're proficient at it.
Fisher knocks it. Recovered by Woodbridge. White, short. Kutza brings it up with a minute left first quarter. Berliner, turn around.
Ooh.
Yes.
Boy, I thought he was a little too far out on that one.
I'll tell you, I almost thought it was Greg on that one, not Matt.
Yeah,
nice
right.
shot.
10-6, Bears by 4. Rather low scoring first quarter. White takes the shot, makes it, pulls Woodbridge within a bucket.
And Earl White, once again.
.25 seconds. Phillips.
And the Woodbridge Barrons trapping, and it pays off.
Turnover by the Bears with 18 seconds.
So they did switch off from that zone defense to the trap, and paid off with a steal.
They'll play for one. Last shot. White being pinched there.
They got to put it up.
Kirk. And that'll end the first quarter. Bears on top, 10-8. Why don't we go down and listen to Bo Henning?
I know. All right, listen to me. Lamont, you're 3, Jeff is 2. Hey, listen to me, fellas. Listen, you got to keep pushing the ball, all right? They don't get back and match up out of their zone. You all right? All right, sit down. Against the half-court trap, whoever the 2-man is has got to sprint out front. You never want to go up the same side. You want to reverse it always at least once. Whoever the 4-man is has got to fill the middle. Okay, it's 2-1-2, so that would leave us 3 and 5. Okay? All right, now Lamont, you got to look before you make that. Make a good, strong pivot, right? Locate the man or look opposite. All right? Okay. On your hedge, don't go so far out that the man's going to roll to the basket and be open. You hedge quickly and get back to the kid. Make sure we're a help side if the ball's away, okay? All right, let's go. Come on.
Still pretty elementary.
Right, the key thing that you heard early on is that we got to keep pushing the ball up the court. They're in that 2-1-2 zone, and before they get set, we want to take advantage of our speed and get the ball up the court there.
All right, Bears will start off the second quarter with a 10-8 advantage. Phillips stays in, Gagno. Ebner underneath, Eber rather, to Berliner.
And Earl White with the good block.
Got the shot they wanted.
Kirk looking underneath for Mance, won't go. Turnover will be for East Brunswick.
And Tom Schmiel didn't like that at all. Okay, Woodbridge with a little token pressure there.
Yeah. Oh,
Gagno.
I thought he got away with a double dribble on
Yeah.
that one.
Berliner from Phillips. Great pass. Bears by 4, 12-8.
And you got to wonder why they want to change up their defense right now, because the 2-1-2 was being rather effective.
Beckhorn driving. They're going to call a travel.
One official looked at the other. One was trying to decide whether it's an offensive foul or a defensive foul, and they called the walking.
Well, the official that did not blow the whistle looked at the official, says, well, what are you going to call? And he finally decided traveling.
Gagno to Berliner. A foul's going to be called on number 5. That's Whitner.
I'll tell you, Jim, after the girls' game last night, where they were letting them hack them up all over the place, that's what you call a teensy-weensy foul there.
Yeah, that was a kiss. Just to let you know, there's a lot of officiating styles.
Again, Earl White. I'll tell you, Earl White, he's a 6-foot sophomore, and he's been impressive. He's blocked several shots.
Who does he remind you of, Phil? Used to play for Woodbridge.
Oh, I tell you, Buck Jenkins, of course, but he's got a long way to be a Buck Jenkins. Buck Jenkins, all Ivy at Columbia last year. Just one of a fine player.
Fisher and White get tied up.
Fine player for Woodbridge a few years ago. He played with another kid that was pretty good. McLaughlin? Was that
Yes, good memory.
Okay. And I thought he went to Manhattan, but I never heard any more from him.
We're in the second quarter. Bears on top, 12-8.
Beckhorn has been rather quiet. He's gotten one bucket,
Kirk.
but he's going to be
Berliner
your
with the
scorer.
rebound.
Beckhorn.
Gagno pulls up, makes it.
And I tell you, a good look by Matt Berliner with the outlet pass. Snatched the rebound, looked down court, and just an excellent pass down court to start the fast break.
Bears by 6, 14-8. Beckhorn underneath from White, and he's fouled, and it'll count.
I'll tell you, strong move by Beckhorn.
He's a tough player. If he can utilize his strength.
And they're calling Matt Berliner on that foul, but just a very strong move for Frank Beckhorn, 6'1" senior. He was down low. Berliner draped all over him, and he went up with it, caught the foul, and made the basket.
Beckhorn shot tapped in by Morales over Berliner. Fisher by himself, and he's fouled. Whitner.
I think they're going to call before the shot.
And I'll tell you, like to see Pedro Morales using his height advantage, and he has improved over last year, gentlemen. And from what I'm told, an awfully nice kid, so you'd like to see his development.
So they're going to give that to White.
Kutza using the glass makes it 16-12 East Brunswick.
Okay, that foul was on Whitner, by the way, his second.
Okay. Okay, Bears trying to trap.
Morales inside, has White. White lost the handle for a moment, and Berliner finally pulls it down, gets it to Tenora.
Ooh.
Bad pass inside that time.
Wasn't there.
Beckhorn will take it himself.
I tell you, didn't wait for anyone, just drove to the basket. Nice crossover dribble, and then the finger roll.
5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Bears lead by 2, 16-14.
And Woodbridge back in that 2-1-2.
Fisher's been open on the left side here.
There he is. White now gets in his face. Berliner inside to Kutza, good pass, and they're going to call foul against Whitner, his third.
I'll tell you, and Whitner's looking like and you got to believe he's going to come out of there, and yes, he is.
Szymanski comes in, Kevin O'Neill comes in for East Brunswick. Berliner and Tenora take a break. Bears enjoying a 4-point lead, 18-14. Mance pulls it down for the Barons. 4:30 remaining before half.
So that's trouble from the line.
Beckhorn, three-pointer off the rim. Ooh. And Szymanski with the fumble recovery.
Whoa.
And I'll tell you, good hustle by all around. Morales down there, Earl White down there.
Thank God it's not a jump ball.
Yeah.
And Szymanski.
It'll go to Woodbridge. Morales looking underneath for Beckhorn, a little strong.
Ill-advised.
Ooh, bad call.
And play getting a little sloppy.
You thought I went off Szymanski's hands?
Most definitely.
It'll go to East Brunswick. O'Neill will bring it in.
Gagno's open again.
Fisher, three-pointer. Not this time as Kirk pulls it down. Beckhorn takes the lane.
Ooh, great block.
Gagno putting his hands up. Morales, little turn and go, about 3 steps, but goes to East Brunswick anyway. O'Neill to Kutza, looking underneath to Szymanski. He was too far under. Gagno. And White finally comes up with it.
Phil, the presence of Morales caused him to go up with that hand underneath.
That's for sure. And the Barons are just making bad passes right now, Jim. Just not good passes at all.
Phillips and Tenora will come back in for East Brunswick. O'Neill and Gagno take a break.
Bo Henning, as he usually has in the past, using a lot of players.
Looking for Morales. Knocked away by Szymanski. Kutza brings it up. Couldn't get his hands on it. And we're going to have a jump ball. It should go to East Brunswick.
Richie had the right idea. He spread it out, went to the left, tried to open it up, but he tried that bounce pass that just didn't connect.
And coming into the game is Kobalakowicz, and we remember him, gentlemen.
Oh, yes. Quarterback extraordinaire. Leading passer in the GMC Red Division this past year. Personally, I think beat East Brunswick's football team.
Tenora finds Phillips. Right back to Kutza. And we're down to 3 minutes. Score is 18-14, Bears by 4. Kobalakowicz looking for some help. Finally finds Mance.
Oh.
Shot is good, and that was by Fortunas, number 23.
Woodbridge staying close. And they really haven't played well.
Tenora looks underneath, Szymanski. Right over the hoop. White pulls it down.
I'll tell you, Mike Mance, give him credit there, played great defense. Number 33.
Well, East Brunswick's, when they get the ball inside, they're forcing those shots up much too quickly because they know that Woodbridge is going to try to block.
East Brunswick by 2. White. Phillips saves it for the Bears. Tenora. Phillips, his first shot of the night. And it'll go Pertham Woodbridge's way, rather.
And the Bears are putting it up from the outside. The way to break the zone is to hit that outside shot, bring Woodbridge out, and then slide the pass underneath. but they haven't been able to hit that outside shot.
Nance will give it back to Kirk. Kovalakowicz looks inside for Mance.
Well, there's an awful lot of chippies being missed.
Yeah.
Both teams.
Szymanski with a good rebound.
Tenora quickly to Fisher, and they're going to call a travel. 1:20 remaining, second quarter. Bears by a bucket. Berliner for Szymanski.
Well, you talk about a low-scoring first half, 18-16.
Well, do we play for one, gentlemen? No.
Nance.
They got to call Kutz on that. I thought he had position.
No, it's clearly a foul. Mike Mance driving to the basket almost.
Mike Mance was driving to the locker room with that move.
It's only East Brunswick's third team foul, so hasn't been a lot of fouls in this game.
When you take a look at Mike Mance, he's going to be around. He's a 6'4" sophomore.
Kovalakowicz comes back in. And White will take a break for Woodbridge. Nance makes the first, he can tie it. And won't go as Kutza pulls it down. Minute remaining before halftime. Bears by 1, 18-17. Fisher inside to Kutza, back to Berliner, and he's fouled.
He's hacked.
Fortunas, number 23, will be charged with it, I believe. No, they're going to call it on Mance.
Berliner, he appeared to have a free lane to the basket, but he put the ball on the floor, Phil. Sometimes you have to do that, though.
Sometimes you have to do it, but too often young players do it unnecessarily.
Mance's second foul. He and Whitner having 3 for
Berliner
Woodbridge.
at the line. Morales will come in, get some height under the boards.
And Berliner, the 6'5" junior, he's averaging 7.8 points per game.
Gagno comes back in for the Bears. So we're ready to go with all the substitutions.
And he has his average.
And East Brunswick's at its average of 2 for 4 from the foul line.
Bears by 2, 19-17, 45 seconds remaining.
Well, Beck Hearn's tough underneath.
Tied at 19, Tenora. Bo Henning calling for Tenora to pull it out. 20 seconds.
And looking for him to get the ball into Brett Fisher's hands and for him to put it up from the outside.
He should go. He had the shot.
4 seconds. Kutza looks underneath the Berliner at the buzzer, won't go, and we're tied at 19 at half.
Well, Ty says it all. I think both teams really didn't play up to their full capability. A lot of missed shots underneath, and somebody's going to have to win this game.
Well, the Bears are going to have to hit some of those outside shots. They're trying to force the ball down low. They haven't had a whole lot of success there neither. But they gotta, in order to loosen up that zone, they gotta be able to hit from the outside.
All right, at halftime, and we're at halftime at East Brunswick High School. The Bears and the Barons are tied at 19. And what has become an annual tradition, we're gonna see out in the court in just a few minutes, the elementary school winners of the foul shooting contest that Frank Knoppenberger and Bo Henning run throughout the school system in East Brunswick. And so we want to congratulate these young guys who are their school's winners, and we're going to have them come out and
Yeah, this
show their
has been going
stuff.
on. This has been going on for quite a few years.
Yeah.
We didn't ask Frank, but it would be interesting to know if any of these players had ever, that present-day East Brunswick High School players have won.
So the young guys will be out soon to take their shots from the foul line. Every participant is a winner, and that's the whole idea here, is that it's for some fun, and you can see some of the young guys lining up now. This is the boys group, obviously.
Every participant is a winner?
Yeah.
Okay, John.
They're all winners.
I'll tell you, good opportunity for you to join the line there.
Well, they've all won their individual competitions at each school.
They've already won. Okay.
They've won that.
Yeah.
They're about my size, I'd say that, though.
So Frank's, for the sake of the camera, is going to get a ceremonial shot for each player.
And you got to know, you know, Phil and Jimmy, when to be in elementary school and have a chance to go on that varsity floor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big deal, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you see parents out there with their video cameras
sure.
now.
Yep. And
well, you made the point, which is very important. This is just ceremonial. These youngsters, all these youngsters have won the foul shooting contest already. They're just coming out there for the cameras.
Coming out for the cameras and to come out and get their trophy that they'll each receive.
And their chance to be on Channel 8.
That's right. You see Frank Knoppenberger, supervisor of athletics. And we're waiting for the first young man. I think it's Joe Ergon from Bound School.
There he comes.
From Hammershoal, Daniel Cohen. Another
Sorry.
Hammershoal winner was Mike Karzima.
Like Daniel's already made his college choice. Got a Yale shirt.
Good choice.
Memorial School, Mike Bolin.
All right.
Up next will be from Warnsdorfer, Evan Erdberg, followed by Brad King from Irwin School.
He's the swimmer. Brad King, every time you look around, he's the swimmer.
Joey Zanetti from Central School, and Joey has his parents in the audience. I know his father, Joe, was an outstanding soccer goalie keeper years ago. I won't say how long ago. Matt Harris from Frost, Joe McClellan from Lawrencebrook, and Tiago Oliveira from Chittick.
100% attendance tonight. That's great.
And so they are the young men who have won at their respective schools. Foul shooting contest. And now we'll see the actual contest. I guess they'll get it down to one final winner.
No, it's not a competition. It's not a competition. It's just the fact that the young fellows are going to shoot, I believe. And John, I noticed there's 2 extra trophies left there. This may be your big chance.
I already put my name on one. So.
All right, the pressure's on, boys.
Okay. This is.
Oh, we have an assistant, Dud Ty.
Ooh, nice try.
And we don't know what order they're in, so unfortunately we can't call them out by name, but you certainly can see them. And if you know the young men, just you'll pick them out and root for them.
Now, these guys are missing, but you have to understand they've got the cameras on them. There's a crowd.
Well, Phil was shooting some. He wasn't even hitting the rim, so these kids are doing okay.
I'll tell you, to come out on the varsity court with people staring at you is, you better believe it's pressure.
This has got to be one of the highlights of the
Ooh.
night.
Almost.
All right, here comes Joey. I know Joey. Nice form.
Ooh,
Yes.
he's
Not
relaxed.
quite.
Yeah, I like that follow through.
All right, now we have 2 bigger
And
boys.
then there were 2. Yes. And the
Swish.
crowd reacts. Uh-oh. Pressure.
It is
Oh,
a
wait a
contest,
minute.
apparently,
There we go.
John.
This is a
Excuse me, you
competition.
were correct.
Pressure.
And that's the winner.
And we've got the winner. And that young man's going to get a basketball T-shirt from Frank Knoppenberger for being a winner. And they all deserve a round of applause, and the crowd very much into it. And as you see the young men go back to the stands and to their parents, we're going to take a timeout before the start of the second half.
Okay,
we're starting action here immediately. John will join us in a second. This is Pedro Morales with the ball. And we're underway with second half action, score tied 19-19. Woodbridge with the ball. That's Beckhorn. He has 8 points to lead all scorers. Nance with the follow-up.
And Nance has been impressive.
And Woodbridge is up 21-19. Tenora, top of the key. And like a pinball machine, slowly falls down, went behind, so Woodbridge retains possession.
Okay,
John, all yours.
See the Bears putting on pressure, trying to create some transition baskets.
Woodbridge on top, 21-19, start of the third quarter. This is Kirk bringing it up for the Barons. He's their quarterback. White will put it up, in and out. And Kutza quickly gets it down, stolen by Kirk.
Ooh, great
Stolen by
steal.
Tenora.
Gonna try again on the fast break here.
Fisher, layup, and we're tied at 21.
And I'll tell you, I talked to Bo Henning at halftime, and he says that's what he wants to do. He wants to get down the court quickly. He wants to fast break on them because they don't get back too fast. He wasn't too upset with the shot selection they were taking. The ball just wasn't going down.
Woodbridge slows it down. Theirs is a half-court game. Beckhorn has it blocked by Gagno.
Jeff's played a good defensive game, even though Beckhorn has 8 points.
Inside the Berliner against Morales. Foul Morales. And Tom Shamil wants a timeout. Let's see if they'll give it to him. And we'll get it, and we'll go over and listen to Tom Shamil and see what he has to say.
Start going down with your hands. You stay straight. Stay straight. All right. Now listen. All right, now, on the offense, we have to settle it down. First time down, let's run top and bottom interchange. Top and bottom. Now, if we don't get the ball when we come out, we're running very flat. We're running to the corners. Pop out more to the wing. Screen back for the guys, even for Pedro. Now, if that guy backs off, you turn on the foul line, look at him. Down here, what did you do wrong? Follow through. You had him.
And listen,
you had him.
they're in man press, but they're going to double the ball, so don't leave the guard.
Okay, run, invert. Okay? Earl picking for you, and he comes the other way. Okay, let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Defense. Come on.
Phil very composed in the huddle there.
Very composed, and I tell you, I like how the two coaches work together. Liked how the two coaches work together. Lou Abrano, the assistant coach, chiming in as well.
So Berliner will go to the line shooting 2. East Brunswick 2 for 4 from the foul line the first half, and has been a sore spot and has been responsible for dropping some games. So Henning wants to see some improvement here.
We're tied at 21. Not anymore, as Berliner puts East Brunswick back on top.
And that's his 9th point of the night. Okay.
Berliner sinks 2.
And the Bears by a bucket. 6:14 remaining, third quarter.
And once again, the pressure is on. And gentlemen, that's just to create the turnover. They want to break on them. They want the transition basket.
White for Woodbridge. Wants someone to take the ball. Gets it to Beckhorn, who's hacked, but no call.
I think Gagno made a nice ball block there.
Berliner to Tenora.
As mentioned, I don't know if it's been noticed, but Jeff Gagno's been doing a very nice job defensively on Beckhorn.
Now East Brunswick will go to their half-court game. Woodbridge continues to stay in their same defense.
2-1-2 it appears to be, John. That same 2-1-2 zone.
Low-scoring game. Kutza underneath is fouled by Mance.
Good patience by East Brunswick.
Exactly, Jim. Waiting for the opening spot. Good movement of the ball, and saw it and hit the open man.
Third on Mance. So one thing Woodbridge can ill afford is to get into foul trouble. Fortunas comes in for Mance.
Kutza averaging 9 points per game. Has 6 thus far.
Bears by 3.
And Morales.
Whoa. Showing.
I'll tell you.
Probably unnecessary.
Well, he didn't connect with anyone, fortunately.
Fortunately.
And I just had an opportunity to speak with his dad at halftime. Tenora on the break, puts it up high off the glass. Gagno, nice move underneath.
Nice move.
Jeff Gagno.
Crowd starting to get in this a little bit. 26-21, Bears by 5.
Once again, the pressure's on. Full court pressure by the Bears.
Beckhorn has Gagno all over him, gets rid of it, gives it to Kirk.
Jeffrey has not been shy about batting that ball out of Beckhorn's hands. Another bat.
Knocked away by Gagno.
I'll tell you, rather physical in there.
And I think Frank Beckhorn is just a little bit irked about the defense that Jeff Gagno has been playing on him.
He certainly was irked about that, and wasn't necessarily Jeff Gagno. Brian Tenura, former defensive back, going in there shoulder first.
Nice steal by White as Fisher was all alone in the corner.
Probably an ill-advised pass.
Knocked away by Fisher. Kutza to Fisher, and he's fouled.
Beckhorn hammered him.
Was it Beck? I thought it was Joe Kirk.
It's Beckhorn. That's his first.
Well, East Brunswick early on having some foul shooting opportunities.
Fisher at the line, looking to increase the 5-point Bear lead.
And Brett Fisher just 58% shooting from the foul line, and it continues.
Foul shooting is a very subjective thing, Phil. I was asking Henning, I said, you know, are you trying anything different?
And Berliner over the back of Morales.
To get this team to convert more of its foul shots, he said he had a couple of morning practices where nobody's in the gym, just had about 4 or 5 of the players out here. And he asked him, he says, well, you know, what do you think about when you shoot? And they were saying, well, I think about making it.
That's a good answer.
But I think what Henning was getting at was doing things repetitiously, you know, getting habit patterns. And I think that was the intent of the extra foul shooting.
A lot of it's mental as Beckhorn puts up a 3-pointer and moves Woodbridge back into the game, 27-24.
That's a kick.
And Beckhorn with 13 points.
Gagno through traffic.
Whoa.
Comes down with it again. And around Morales gets the bucket.
Once again, Jeff Gagno's showing good motion, good movement, good body control.
Morales is trapped. Oh, they had him.
Foul by Kutza.
Second team foul, East Brunswick.
Second foul on Kutza. Szymanski and Phillips will come in.
And a good substitution. East Brunswick playing in a more fast-paced quarter here, certainly more than the first half. Probably a couple players winded.
3:15 remaining, third quarter. Bears by 5, 29-24. Morales will take it.
Ooh.
Yes.
Two-pointer.
Well, I thought that was from the three-point line, but anyway.
Bears by 3, and it'll go Woodbridge's way. Fortunes got to do something with it. Gets it to Beckhorn. Beckhorn to White. Short. Szymanski with the rebound.
He needs help.
Beckhorn fouls, reaching in. That's a backcourt foul. Well, those rules are gone, I guess. They go to East Brunswick on the side. O'Neal comes in. Tenora takes a break.
And Rashawn Whitner comes in for Earl White for the Barons.
O'Neal now to Phillips. Has it knocked away. Bears by 3. Stolen by Fisher. We'll have an easy one. 31-26, the Bears by 5.
Brett Fisher showing quick hands and good anticipation.
2 minutes remaining.
I have Fisher with 10 points.
Morales inside. He's starting to come to life.
I'll tell you, he has 10 points. He's starting to get his points.
East Brunswick by 3. Fisher underneath, reverse layup, won't go, tip in.
Kutza?
And Kutza underneath, yes.
I think both teams stepping it up a little bit here in this quarter.
It's foul on Morales.
Yeah. Second foul. And that was the 15th foul for Woodbridge, so this is a one-shot foul after the basket, but East Brunswick will be in a one-on-one situation after this.
You see Rich Kutza at the line. Makes it.
And that's Kutza's 10th point of the night, I believe, Jim.
And he comes out as Eber comes in.
Once again, the Bears pressing all full court.
Woodbridge able to get it across the midcourt line. Underneath for Fortunes.
Yep, bang. 45? No, offensive foul. They're calling on Fortunes. Huh?
He's pushing. Tom Shamil not happy with that.
Yeah, that was a weird call.
34-28, East Brunswick on top. 1:20 left, third quarter. Eber to Fisher. He'll take the shot. Go out on Woodbridge.
And Bo Henning jumps up, and the official reverses his call.
I don't blame him. It went off two Woodbridge players, and the official originally called it that way.
I think the way Bo jumped up and yelled, I might have changed it. And Bo pats the official.
Tenora from the corner. Take the baseline, gets it back out to Szymanski, who can't hold on to it.
Just wasn't ready for the pass.
Tough one.
Beckhorn will give it to Kirk. Underneath to Mance.
Oh, boy.
Mance is hacked that time.
Not a bad foul. He missed a chippy, first of all, and then he got his own rebound.
Foul is on O'Neal, his first. Berliner comes in, Szymanski comes out. 47 seconds remaining, third quarter. Whitner driving, rolls it in.
Sophomore?
Rashawn Whitner, the sophomore's first basket of the night.
Bears by 4, 34-30. 30 seconds remaining.
I think they might want to slow it up here.
$15 seconds. Eber to O'Neal underneath for the Berliner, followed by Fisher.
Well, that's the way. So excuse me, that's one way to get it done.
And that'll do it for 3 here at East Brunswick. Bears on top, 36-30.
That bounced right off of, I guess, Kutz's leg, right into Fisher's hands.
And I'll tell you, the Bears this quarter turned up the pressure, gentlemen. You saw the full court pressure, trying to create the turnovers and whatnot. Worked to some extent, but I'm sure Bo Henning's not out in front as much as he would like to be. The Woodbridge Barrons are being quite tenacious themselves.
Well, let's listen in on Bo.
You can't be wild defensively. You can't help out from the basket. You can't get beat into the middle on the dribble, right? You got, okay. All right, I want you to think of our principles. Force the ball to the corner, okay? Just play real sound and limit them to 1 shot. You know where we've gotten hurt? Penetration, having to help, and second shots, okay? All right, now, get them under control, turn that dribbler a few times. They'll really start to turn it over as long as you keep this kind of pressure up, okay? Let's go, come on.
Phil, the basic message is don't help them out.
That's right. That's right. He also said he wants to limit them to 1 shot, but he wants, when they have the ball, if they miss, to get the second and third shot.
All right,
Fisher.
Go ahead, Jim.
I was going to say Fisher leading scorer for East Brunswick, 12 points, and Berliner and Kutze each with 9.
Start of this, the 4th and final quarter. The Bears on top by 6, 36-30.
Anybody's game.
Beckhorn loses it. Tenora will keep it alive. Smart move by Tenora.
No pressure.
Ebers looking for Fisher underneath.
East Brunswick seems to do a fairly good job of spreading it out and looking for that open man underneath.
You heard Bo said, let's move the ball to the corner now. That's clearly what they're trying to do.
Tenora by himself.
That was a 3 attempt.
And Fisher is fouled by Tenora.
Well, maybe Brian had a handle on it, but they call him on the foul. Just his first. East Brunswick's 4th team foul.
Nance, who's not the one they want holding the ball.
They got to get that ball over the half-court mark.
They do. Looking underneath for Beckhorn, stolen by Eber. O'Neal's shot won't go, and a foul's going to be called against,
A little
I think,
goaltending
Vance underneath, and that'll be his 4th, if I'm correct. And we go to the bonus situation.
You thought that ball was tipped on the way up, Jim?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, they call the foul on number 10. There is no number 10 on Woodbridge.
Now it is. Now
it is. It's on Mance, his 4th.
And Brett Fisher at the line. He has his average tonight thus far, 12 points.
$37-30. Missing the second, and that's plagued them all year, Jim, as you said.
Yeah, but actually they're shooting 8 for 12 tonight, which isn't quite as bad. As a matter of fact, it's rather good.
Whitner. Whistle. And what's the call?
I think they had
Okay.
Berliner stepping on the line.
Bears by 7, 37-30, inside to Morales. They're going to call a travel.
That little shuttle step. East Brunswick can extend this margin to its biggest lead. They can get this.
Berliner underneath is Fisher.
And a block by Morales.
Blocked by Morales.
Another
Blocked
one.
again.
Wanted again.
They're calling for the foul that time.
And John, you were saying earlier that you were speaking to Pedro Morales' father earlier. I'm not quite sure everybody's knows who his father is.
Well, his father was a professional wrestler during the era of Bruno Sammartino and Antonino Rocco and the Kangaroo Brothers, if you follow professional wrestling, and is now a commentator for the Wrestling Federation on the Spanish television network.
Is that right?
And I was over there showing him half Nelson.
I'll tell you, he's legendary. He really is.
Fisher missing the first.
Yeah.
But Pedro is a very kind and courteous man, and we had a nice discussion and has agreed to come on Sports Talk one night.
Oh, great.
Talk about professional wrestling.
What could he talk about as far as professional wrestling? John, it's legitimacy. It's entertainment. You can say that much.
Certainly entertainment.
I'm sure you'll find something to talk about.
Anyway, Brett Fisher with his 14th point of the night. And Morales
on the follow-up.
Oh,
And O'Neal pulls it down to Tenora quickly. They got Fisher in the left corner. But he'll go over to Berliner.
not a good pass.
And I'll tell you, with 5:59 left here, Woodbridge is going to have to make their move about now, gentlemen.
Yeah, this game is starting to get away from them.
Well, they're not picking up any ground. That's the point.
Foul is called on.
And that's another one of those calls where the official right on top of the play doesn't call it, and the backside official does. And of course, the reason for that is because the guy right up on the ball didn't see it.
Our score is 38-30 as O'Neal will go to the line.
And Keating, number 11, was called for that. There's a couple of new faces in for Woodbridge. Kovalakowicz comes back.
And you look at Kevin O'Neal, he's a 5'11" junior guard. Played JV last year and is a pretty good baseball player as well.
Hey, falls in. That'll help the average.
Uses all of the iron to make it. Bears lead is 9 now, 39-30.
Two of them.
And Woodbridge is yet to make a point this quarter. We have 5:40 remaining in the game. Bears lead by 10, stolen by Fisher.
Took a
and
step.
they're going to call travel.
But again, once again, the Bears' pressure is starting to pay off.
Yeah, and that pressure is creating turnovers.
Kovalakowicz in the game. Kirk being pressured by O'Neal. Kovalakowicz will take the shot. And hits. Three-pointer. And they need a few of those.
His first points of the evening.
Puts a foul from behind.
Reaching in.
Actually, Jim Keating, Phil, number 11.
Oh, okay. They both the young men have fades. They look very much alike, same size.
Yeah, in fact, Jimmy was talking about getting a fade himself.
All right, needless to say, these foul shots quite important for the Bears.
Puts it at the line. Misses.
Won't go.
Kirk being pressured. Kopolakowicz to Kirk. And Keating from downtown. Kutza pulls it down. Tenora to Berliner, who can't hold on to it.
And Henning's not too happy. He's calling a timeout.
And let's listen in on the Woodbridge huddle as Tom Schmiel, their head coach, who is down by 7 points. Let's see what advice he might have for his troops.
And again, he's one of the all-time nice coaches. 8 years he's been there at Woodbridge.
How about the shuffle? We don't need a big guys for that. Let's stay with the shuffle. All right, give me the board. All right, we're going. Okay, we're going with the shuffle. The pen's gone. No, we're going with the shuffle. Frank, Kobe, Joey, Sean, Mike. All right, Frank, make this move. It's a shuffle. What the hell's this difference? You're in that spot all the time. Come to the foul line. No, eventually as you turn, you always end up there. You come to the foul line, Chris. That's all. That's all. And then you're the point guard at that point. All right, let's go. Now, we got to do something. All right, let him run it. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Phil, they're going to try a different strategy, Woodbridge is.
Well, they called for the shuffle. I'm not sure if it's a defensive strategy or an offensive strategy. I got to believe it's an offense because they clearly got to do something different to get some points to get back in this game.
Jimmy, you were talking about the importance of this game tonight for both teams.
Yes, looking at the schedule for East Brunswick's perspective, they'd like to win this game because if they don't, they're going to fall to 4-7, and it puts them in the position of having to win 4 out of the next 5 games to qualify. They could do that.
Shot by Whitner. Follow up by Mance.
And we'll go over the schedule as we get near the end of this game.
Okay, the change in defense, as you see, they're coming out on defensively. That was the strategy. That's the shuffle.
East Brunswick spreading it out.
A trapping defense.
Tenora, big basket there, 42-35.
And it cost them.
Ooh.
Beckhorn. Tenora brings it down.
And he can afford to slow it down.
.330
remaining in the game. Berliner, bad pass.
Okay, and again, once again, you notice the Woodbridge defense is coming out a lot deeper there. The Bears are going to try to catch them as they come out and hit their player underneath.
Kopolakowicz being pressured, gets it up. Whitner. Tenora with another rebound, and a foul's going to be called.
I think they got Beckhorn on that one.
Yeah, I think it is Beckhorn. That's his third, Jim?
Yes. Third, and East Brunswick will be going to the line. Again, this could be either a blessing in disguise for Woodbridge if East Brunswick doesn't convert its foul shots.
Out of curiosity, does Beckhorn play on the football team? I don't recall. Tough young guy.
No, he is a tough young guy, and he's one of the returning starters from last year, and Shamil says he is their most consistent player.
Tenora, short. Kopolakowicz with the follow-up for Woodbridge. And so, with less than 3 minutes remaining, the Bears on top, 42-35.
So,
but by no means a comfortable lead for the Bears.
Yeah, a couple of three-pointers from the outside.
Timeout, Woodbridge. We'll flip the coin and go over to East Brunswick's side. See about Bo's strategy.
Yeah, if I were them, I would extend the court a little bit defensively now, so don't be surprised. And if it is, it's probably like our sliders, a 1-2-1-1, okay? Brett as the 3-man If they score now, you got to be heads up to come back in case we need a second guy to help us get it in. You understand what I was talking about? You two guys about on that diagonal?
Yeah.
All right? Hey, just relax and we'll start sticking them. All right? Just relax. Come meet all passes strong. When you get it in the middle against that, before you put it on the floor, turn and break that guy down real quick because we're 3-on-2. We're 3-on-2 that way, okay? Turn and look first, okay? Hey, get your heads up. If you weren't playing such good defense, you'd be in real trouble.
Kind of says it all, Phil.
It says all. Bo said, Bo picked up what we picked up, that the Barons are extending themselves defensively. They call it shuffle, and Henning calls it a slider. It's just coming out more defensively, and
here we go, 2:30 remaining in the game. Bears by 7, and the foul called against on Beckhorn.
And if you're Woodbridge, that's what you want. Point opportunity, plus you stop the clock.
And Jim, you would almost have us believe that part of Shamil's strategy is to be foul the Bears if necessary, because they aren't hitting their foul shots.
Well, they're 11 for 18 at this point, but in the important time, the fourth quarter, they've come up empty. And I think that's what Henning is concerned about.
And Beckhorn just missed a big foul shot
big
himself.
Foul. Makes the second. East Brunswick's lead is 6, 42-36, 2:25 remain in the game. And good heads-up play by Mance, but East Brunswick gets it back. Ball's on the floor.
Anybody's.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Somehow Woodbridge, the Beckhorn.
And stolen by Tenura. Pick Beckhorn's pocket.
Well, Tenura's arguing, thinking that the ball went off Beckhorn, but that's not the case.
Woodbridge under their own basket. Beckhorn three-pointer off the rim. Kirk three-pointer. Foul underneath Kutza.
They're calling Kutza on that one.
Well,
Oh,
you had Rashawn Whitner on the floor.
Bonus situation. No, it'll go to Woodbridge underneath.
well, it shouldn't be. It should be a one-on-one.
They have 6 fouls up there.
I don't know if somebody's missing something here or what.
And the officials have it. Nobody's
Well,
clearly they.
Beckhorn
nice little elbow there
blocked
by
there
Frank.
by Kutza. Kovalakowicz comes out with it. In and out. Kutza rebounds. Less than 2 minutes remain. It's getting a little rough.
Well, clock's winding down now. Time is going to be important for Woodbridge.
O'Neal gets it down to Berliner across. Nice play by Mance.
Whoa.
And somehow Fisher got it up in the air.
And Tom Shamil, the nice guy I've been talking about all night, just kicked over his chair in disgust.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he realizes he had an opportunity to get this game, steal one, if you will, from East Brunswick. But Woodbridge has missed some opportunities of its own tonight.
Which would have been a big win for Woodbridge.
Important win. Beckhorn, meanwhile, picks up his 4th foul. Look, Brett, look at that. Bo doesn't even want to look at this. Turned around while the foul shot was made by Brett Fisher.
43-36. East Brunswick back on top by 7. Minute 32 remaining.
Fisher with 15 points, 16. And 2 most important foul shots made tonight.
Bears by 8. Kovalakowicz inside for Mance. And another chippy that's missed.
And hasn't that been Woodbridge's story tonight? Missed opportunities for them.
The Bears want to eat some of that clock now and just make good passes here.
Clock down to inside a minute.
I think they can smell this one now. There you go, there's a foul.
O'Neal is fouled by Whitner.
And actually a good foul.
Sorry, they're charging it to Kirk, number 3.
Neal is shooting 50% from the foul line, so
It's 2 for 2 tonight.
And Jim, with 48 seconds, maybe you want to finish up that story about the schedule.
Well, let's give East Brunswick a win now, shall we? This moves their record to 5-6. Their next game will be on Monday, home here against Edison. 3:45 game, no school that day, Martin Luther King. And then on the 24th, they will travel to Piscataway to play an admittedly tough game. So even if they lose that one, though, they come in with games against Saraville, J.P. Stevens, and Raritan, all teams with under 500 records. So this was a critical win for East Brunswick tonight.
And O'Neill sinks both the shots.
Make it a 10-point lead, 46-36 for East Brunswick. 30. Oops.
Gonna go a backcourt.
And Tom Shamil is besides himself saying, official, that's a call that didn't have to be called.
I didn't know the official had a choice on that one. It seems like a straight line. He's either on the line or he isn't. He wishes it wasn't called, that's for sure.
And John, take a look at.
They'll foul him.
With 26 seconds, foul on Kirk.
And John, for the record, take a look at Kobalakowicz's socks. Tried to point out that is a style. Kids wear them like that purposely. Checking it out, see?
I see it. I don't agree with it, but I see it.
Fisher still
off the glass.
Kutza.
Rich Kutza makes it 48-36 Bears with 15 seconds. Kobalakowicz with a 3-pointer. Kutza brings it down. They give it to Tenora to run it out. Berliner.
Um,
5 seconds.
I don't think he'll be a wide receiver for Marcus Borden.
Either will Mance.
And Manson won't either.
4 seconds.
And Gagne will come in. Well, that should about wrap this one up, as you said, Jim.
So East Brunswick, and that's then Woodbridge resigns.
So the final is East Brunswick 48, Woodbridge 36.
And quite an important victory for the East Brunswick's fortunes. Henning, I'm sure, still not quite pleased with the way things developed. The foul shooting still somewhat weak, missing some opportunities. But you got to take a win when you can and build on it. And I think East Brunswick's happy to get out of here with a victory.
I think Bo Henning's got to be pleased and whatnot. They weren't quite as sharp as he would like. They did have one of the starters, Varnell Johnson, not here at all. And they got the W. That's the important thing.
Well, East Brunswick improves to 5-6. Woodbridge falls to 4-6. And as Jimmy said, more importantly, the wins are needed with the state tournament qualification coming up soon. And some big games yet down the road.
Yeah, they're going to have the next game against Edison. That's going to be the Monday game, Monday afternoon game. And we mentioned Piscataway, Saraville, Stevens, and Raritan. And just to finish out the schedule on February 5th, they are going to meet Perth Amboy again, Phil, which is an unenviable task. And then St. Joseph the follow. So good thing the state tournament qualification ends before the Perth Amboy and St. Joseph game. Another meeting with Woodbridge on February 11th at their place. And then they're going to round out the season on February 13th with Edison at Bridgewater, who is undefeated, by the way, and then South Plainfield February 17th before we begin the GMC tournament.
All right, that wraps it up for us here at East Brunswick High School. Again, the final, the Bears 48, Woodbridge 36. For Phil Hill and Jim Allinder, I'm John Meggiolaro saying thanks for being with us.